You nervous?
Not at all.
Okay. It's the first one ever. I'm actually kind of nervous. Hey. Welcome to Under the House. Thank you guys so much. You're all so very, very nice applauding us. This is the first edition of Under the House with Corey and Austin. Austin, what's up, dude?
Not much.
I'm
First
Corey.
podcast.
I'm Corey. That's Austin, in case
I'm
you
Austin.
didn't know. Yeah. We're with Dry-Tek, and for some reason we decided to launch a podcast.
It's a good idea.
I think it's cool. It's a different way that people can kind of get behind the scenes of, nobody really talks to their crawl space guy.
No, and everybody should have a crawl space guy. So those that don't, maybe meet us this way.
Yeah, they can meet us this way. Hopefully, the goal of this podcast is for you to be entertained, obviously, to get your questions answered, and to see who's under your house. Under your house is like the foundation of your house. I want to know exactly who's going under there and what they're doing.
Exactly. It's the foundation. It's the most important part of the home.
Yes, absolutely. So, we are going to be on Facebook, YouTube, all those fun things, and we're actually going to kick things off, I suppose, with questions submitted by you guys. So if you have any questions about your crawl space, questions about us, you can feel free to ask them on our YouTube page. You can email them at Corey@dry-tek.com or Austin@dry-tek.com. They're very simple emails to remember, or Facebook. You can go ahead and check out our Facebook page and ask questions there. So in the future, you're going to be looking at about 10-minute episodes.
10, maybe 12. See how hot the topic is.
Maybe 100 minutes.
Someday.
100 minutes. That's
Could be.
An hour and 40 minutes.
I'm okay with that. There's a lot to talk about under the house.
Yeah, that's true. Under the House. I love the name.
Under the house.
I'm so excited for the name, too. All right, so do you want to kick things off with a question?
Absolutely. So we do have our first question. Comes in from Jennifer in Seaford. Hello, Jennifer.
Hey, Jen.
First question is actually for you, Corey.
Uh-oh.
Jennifer wants to know, Corey, do you miss being on the radio?
Do I miss being on the radio?
It's a great question. I actually had the same question.
The answer would be yeah, because I got to do stuff like this every single day.
What, having a mic and...
Having a mic, talking to people, doing my best to be kind of funny, or trying to be funny, to entertain people on their way to work.
Radio? Who needs a radio?
But I still get to do that this way, and I am going to... I don't regret it. Let's put it that way. Yes, I miss radio, but I don't regret leaving radio.
I see.
I'm going to work for a company that is extremely revered, very well revered. Did I use that right?
Yes.
We're well revered. We're
the Kleenex of crawl spaces.
the Kleenex of crawl spaces. And
Can I say that?
Yeah, we're not getting paid for this. So
Okay.
we can say
That's
whatever
fine.
we want. Nike, Google.
Ooh.
We'll have to take that out in post, probably. But no, I'm actually very excited to be a part of this company because, I see a lot of potential in an already awesome company.
I'm going to have to say thank you.
For what?
Because you're calling the company great.
Yeah, it's a great company.
That's great.
And
That's great.
I had people say, "What are you thinking, man? You're leaving just a great job to go what? What are you doing? You crawling under a house now?"
We all think that, Corey.
Like
I was that guy in traffic in the morning listening to you. Now you're sitting next to me, disc jockeying
I'm disc jockeying.
in a podcast way.
Yeah. Well, as much as it hurts to say I'm not doing radio anymore, I'm sorry because we were friends before we got involved with the business together. And it sucks that I'd had to take that away from you almost. I feel bad because I'm just like, you know what? Give me this. Give me that microphone. I feel bad.
Don't.
Okay. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. So I decided to come on, be in radio while working in podcasts and crawl spaces.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
You've been under a few houses with me.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask a question.
Okay.
Do you like going under the houses? What's that like? It's because you came from a setting similar to this.
Came from the corporate world.
Yep, you came from corporate America.
Yeah.
And this is starkly different.
Quite a bit different.
What's it like?
What's it like going under strangers' crawl spaces, essentially?
Meeting new people every day, going under the house, getting dirty. I know you don't like to get dirty.
I don't... No. Certain individuals said I look like I don't like to get dirty. I'm sorry, I look like I shower. That's what that is.
He's preppy.
I'm not preppy. I don't even wear popped collars anymore.
Oh, but you did?
No, I didn't. I'm just kidding.
Oh, boy.
All right, so to answer your question, going under a crawl space, at first you're just like, man, what could there possibly be under there that's waiting for me? But then when you realize, like, we're the top of the food chain. I shouldn't be afraid of anything.
That's true. So there's an initial threat assessment,
Yes.
and then once you get under there,
Yeah, once
No
you're
big
under
deal.
there, it's not that scary. I mean, it's not like there's monsters and goblins and copperheads and scorpions and stuff waiting for you under there.
scorpions.
None of those.
No, I don't think we have those on the Eastern Shore.
No, and exactly. Everything on the Eastern Shore, there's not really a lot of threats. Like, okay, so I've seen brown recluses. I've seen black widows. I've gone under houses that have those things. And I'm wearing, first off, spiders are, I don't know if you guys know this, are not as strong as we are.
No,
Physically.
unless you're Spider-Man.
Yeah, unless you're Spider. If Spider-Man was waiting for me under a house, I wouldn't be here.
That's true.
Sorry. Or an evil version of Spider-Man, because Peter Parker's a nice guy. I'm not afraid of him. Like,
Yeah.
Hey, Pete, just come down. Hey, Peter Parker.
Hey, Pete.
I'm Spider-Man. Well, I don't think he changes his
No,
voice.
that's Batman.
Yeah, Batman. If Batman was waiting for me into the house,
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck. No, if Ben Affleck himself, I would almost expect to see Ben Affleck waiting for someone under a house, because he's a weird dude.
He's different.
Yeah,
He's different.
He's an odd bird. But no, like I haven't. All the weird stuff that I've seen, like I've crushed brown recluse spiders with my finger.
Really? In corporate America?
No,
In your civilian life?
since we've been doing this, since I've been under the house.
You did that?
Yeah, we wear those rubber gloves.
Either way, that's gross.
I'm not afraid of it. You just,
No.
and then you watch everything just explode, and you're like, "That's right, threaten me again, boy."
Move around it. Move around it.
Now, if there's any, PETA's gonna call us.
Exactly.
PETA's gonna be like, "Guys, we understand you're killing spiders. Well, it's not for fun."
God forbid you come across a turtle in the road. I hate to think what you're going to do.
So
Turtle soup.
the reference of the turtle comes from Austin, who said that he pulled over today to save a turtle. And you're supposed to do it. I get it. But you are so empathetic when it comes to animals in particular.
Pretty much everything that's living, even trees and plants.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. I have a lot of house plants, and I take good care of them.
So when one of them dies, do you like have a funeral for it?
I've not had plants die like that. But I tell you, my wife wanted to transplant bushes we have out front, and she just wanted to throw them away. I was like, what? Like in the trash? And she said, yeah. I said, these are living creatures. You're just going to throw them away.
Do you name them?
No, but I said we could transplant them to the backyard at least. Give them a chance.
Okay, that's
So,
fine.
yeah, maybe I am soft.
You and this strong, hard exterior of a man you see
It's a shell.
does have
It's a facade.
very soft, fluffy insides. I don't want to know. We're not going to talk about insides. Anywho, I wanted to know like why you're so soft. Like what was your experience? What was going through your head today when you saw that Franklin the turtle on the side of the road?
Oh, you know, I've done it before. I've driven past the turtle on the road and thought, hope he makes it. Go do an assessment, come back the other way, and he's smushed on the road. And I was like, oh man, I could have intervened and saved that turtle's life.
Yeah, probably could have.
Yeah, I don't know.
So that's just now. That's your thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, if I saw like an injured fawn in the road, I'd probably assist it or call the DNR. I don't know. All depends.
Speaking of injured fawn, I have a story. Do we have time? Can I tell it?
Yes, you do.
Okay. So I was driving down Route 24, headed from the Lewis area toward the Millsboro area. And people were slamming on their brakes both directions, and then they just kind of like started driving around something that was clearly in the middle of the road. So I got out of my truck, went and saw the car that was stopped immediately in front of me, and then there was just this tiny little buck with these little antlers that were maybe 2 or 3 points. Tiny little guy, like a brand new buck, if you will.
Wow.
His
Is it a
antlers.
deer?
No, we don't have those
Okay.
down here. I don't
I
think.
didn't know.
But its head was caught in the grill of a car.
Ooh, and it was alive?
It was alive,
Oh, man. I mentioned Kleenex earlier.
and he was just trying to get out. So I did my best to pull this deer out of the grill of a car, and he had like head injury. His tongue was hanging out. He was running all over the place. I felt truly bad for that deer.
Well, that's good. I'm glad. I would have too.
Blood was coming out of his mouth. His hooves, you know how hard the hooves are and how slippery the roads get right after it rains. Couldn't get traction to get off the road, throwing his head around. And I was worried for my safety at that point.
Did you have to put him down, or do you think he made it?
Well, that's the thing. I was like, do I put him down now and possibly catch a charge for for discharging a firearm right on the highway?
Main Street.
Or do I let this little guy go and suffer? What do you do in that situation?
You have a pocket knife?
That's barbaric.
You're kind of like that manly barbaric guy. I mean,
So I would
you're
just go.
burly and Viking, kind of like Viking.
So you're saying what I should have done is say, "Come here, Bambi. Shh. It'll be fine." And then let them bleed out on the side of the road so they get to see a partially decapitated deer.
Absolutely. I'm sure in your truck there's some sort of old sweatshirt that you could have put over it. So that other people didn't have to see that.
Yeah.
I like that you did the shh in the deer's ear. That makes me feel good.
Shh, little guy. It's going to be...
That shows empathy.
It's going to be okay. Man, the first episode, I'm already talking about cutting a deer's throat.
Yeah. I can't wait to see where this is going to go.
Yeah, seriously. I won't do that. Probably not. But the thing is, what I hate the most is seeing people and animals suffer. Mm-hmm. Like, I'll hunt. I'll hunt, not a problem. It's the most humane way of going about getting your meat is hunting. Mm-hmm. And you're not going out, putting them in bear traps or anything. You're just quick.
That's good, as long as you're doing it for a reason. I don't really believe in sport hunting.
No. I don't believe in going out and shooting things for fun.
No, not living things.
No. If you want to meat, fine. I fully support you going hunting.
Absolutely.
If you have your own cow, if you're a farmer, and you do the cool little thing that they had for No Country for Old Men.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's fine.
Yep.
I'm cool with that. But don't go be like, oh, I like shooting birds out from my backyard. Like, no, come on, man.
No. That's not necessary.
No. Man, how far into
We're 10 minutes in.
10 minutes into our very first episode of Under the Crawl Space with Corey and Austin, and it didn't even feel like it.
No, I feel bad we didn't talk much about crawl spaces, but
we can.
Maybe next time.
What if we just made it a 15-minute episode?
We could.
So what do you want to talk about crawl spaces?
When's the last time you were under yours?
Oh, goodness. Well, we had a really bad wind. Either that or an intruder. And I found that my crawl space door had been ripped off. Not just the door itself, but the frame, the metal frame.
Oh, the frame and all. Gone.
Ripped right off. Both on my sunroom entrance and my house entrance.
Okay. I'm familiar with those. I've been under your house.
Yes. Yeah, my crawl space is Dry-Teked. But that was the last time, and that was probably a month ago.
Huh.
Yeah.
For me, it's probably been close to a year since I've been under my house.
No way.
Yeah, and I'll tell you why.
We were under your house together during a commercial shoot not a year ago.
Okay, well, then it's been like 9 months.
Okay.
It's been a long time.
Okay.
It's been a long time. My cat got trapped under there, so I went under there one time.
Oh, no.
And I didn't know the cat came in behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Shut the door. It was like 3 weeks went by. I'm like, where's this cat? So I had a hunch. Take the crawl space door off, and there's the cat looking at me. Oh, yeah. I mean, the cat didn't even run out. I was confused.
Oh, my gosh. No food?
Oh, literally 3 weeks. That's not an inflated number at all. No food, no water. And it was using the bathroom down there. And it tore up my crawl space a little bit, so I just...
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I don't like to see my crawl space torn up.
You have literally the strongest cat in existence. No food and water for 3 weeks?
That's a survivor.
What the heck?
Perseverance.
Man, if I don't eat like every hour and a half, I'm grumpy.
Yeah, no doubt.
3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
That's not even how they had.
I considered it was gone or dead.
Your kitty cat had to have found some sort of food or water source.
There could have been. There's those spiders down there.
Yeah.
Those translucent spiders.
Is that kitty cat still with us?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Is that kitty cat an indoor kitty cat or an outdoor kitty cat?
Outdoor.
Mrs. Clear, I don't...
Call me Cat.
Okay, cat.
Call me Kitty Cat.
Okay, kitty cat.
Okay.
I let her come in and cool off in the air conditioning this time of
Yeah.
year for a little bit because I am empathetic, and then kick her back out.
How did you feel when you opened the crawl space door and there's this like was the kitty cat real skinny and bones?
Yes, she was really skinny,
Oh,
all bony.
my
I felt bad, and she is quite an aggressive meow too. So she was hollering at me.
Oh,
She lit me up.
How did you like pick her up and?
No, she just followed me into the house, and I got her. I gave her. My wife works in the dog food industry, so I have some choice dog food. And for some reason, the cats really like the dog food. So
It was probably
yeah, she
Tore it
But
up.
then I immediately kicked her out so she didn't get diarrhea over my house.
That's a
All
good
right,
good call.
Get out.
Yeah, eating an abundance of calories after being
Absolutely.
in starvation mode.
Yep. Go hydrate. Come back later.
Man, you poor thing. Well, if you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on YouTube, ask us questions. Put them in the comments if you'd like. That's fine. If you've ever got an animal caught in your crawl space for 3 weeks,
I know people.
talk to us about
Call me.
that.
Yep.
Really?
Mhm.
Is
There's
it common?
stories are out there. Yeah. Absolutely.
would
I
feel-
find dead cats in crawl spaces.
No.
Absolutely. I asked them, "You're missing a cat?" Most times it's no.
Well, maybe.
It's the previous owners.
We did have a kitty cat back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we called her Sprinkles.
You don't need those sprinkles anyway.
You don't need those sprinkles.
Never did see that kitty cat ever again. I went and checked a leak under the house, and Sprinkles came on down. Oh, my goodness gracious. Sprinkles is down there, ain't she?
Oh, man.
Is she okay? Is she going to make it?
You hate cats.
I'm not a cat guy. No, cats I think they're very independent and they don't love unconditionally like dogs do.
They're functional.
They are, and they're an apex predator. Like you think up the line. You've got bobcats, tigers, lions. Those are and they are scary.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. I wouldn't want to be eaten alive by a tiger or any large cat.
No, that wouldn't be a problem.
No.
They would just crush your head and you wouldn't feel anything. So, that being said, guys, this is the first ever episode of Under the House with Corey and Austin's. Get your questions in. We started our YouTube channel. We have our Facebook page. So subscribe to it if it's something that you're interested in. Get your questions in. And, we didn't even use some of these.
We didn't fist bump. We didn't fist bump. Do it now.
No, we didn't. All right, so here we go. That's the sound that we use.
Fist bump.
To fist bump. They say that you have to do like 40 podcasts to actually be good, so we've got some time.
We'll fine-tune it.
Yeah, we will fine-tune it. All right, folks. Until next time.